Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Anna Jolene and I'm the author of the Glorium Sea series as well as the Moonrise Beach series. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing my 2022 planner lineup. I know this is one of the most anticipated videos that I'm going to be filming during Vlogmas. If you guys have been following Vlogmas, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content so far. Today is going to be the very last day, the 24th, and so I thought that I would do something very special for it. So I have all of my 2022 planners that I plan on using as my main lineup. I have these here, which is my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. I have an A5 wide here. I also have my B6. I also have an A6 rings that I'm going to be using, my Hobonichi Weeks, and then I do also have my work planner, which is an A5 planner. So quite a lot of planners. I do use a lot of planners to kind of organize the different aspects of my life, and so I'm going to show you how I'm going to be utilizing all these different planners all together. So I know it may seem like a lot to certain people, maybe it's not a lot to a few of you guys, but for me, I like to have multiple planners because it just allows me to really focus only on one task or one kind of like aspect of my life. So I'm going to get started. So I think we're going to start with the largest sizes first. So I do have my A5 wide here. And if you guys watch my Plan With Me videos, then you guys know that I use the A5 wide Oristel as my memory keeper. So I do also keep a few work stuff in the back and also a few kind of reference stuff as well. But for the most part, I do keep my monthly and weekly here that I use for a memory keeper. So you'll see a lot of Oristel cloud planners because they are my favorites. I love the scallop detail and they match the inserts in my shop. So I feel like a lot of my customers who buy from my shop also really like the cloud planner for that reason. But I have here the Sunday morning planner. So it has like a nice kind of cool gray color, and then the interior is actually like a really pretty like mauvey pink. Right now this is my Christmas setup, so I do have a video all on this. I have actually a couple videos, my initial kind of setup, and then I did update things a little bit more, which is what this looks like now. So I will link those two videos here in case you guys want to check it out. But a lot of the stuff here is from my favorite shops. I use a lot of dashboards from Sweet Deer Stationery, so that is where this acetate and also these kind of laminated dashboards are from. I do PR for Sweet Deer, so if you guys are interested in purchasing from her shop, don't forget to use my code Anna15, and by mentioning your planner size to her, you can actually get my free dashboard. So that can be in any size that you want, A5 wide, personal, A6, whatever. Just let her know your planner size and you can get my free dashboard just by using my code. But I'll do a very quick flip through of my Christmas setup. In this kind of memory style planner, I am going to be doing seasonal setups. So I'll have one for winter, for spring, summer, fall, and then this one is my Christmas one. So if you guys are interested in like the little bits of deco, then I would suggest checking out the planner setup like I mentioned, because I go through all of that in here. But I do have my 2021 year to glance inserts. These are all from my shop. I offer it on the 2-page version like this, so you have January to June on one side and July to December on the other, and I have both the Sunday and Monday start available in my shop. So this is the 2022 version, and I just have my important dates kind of marked down with these translucent dot stickers. Again, they come in the Monday and Sunday start. And then on the back of each, you do get a place for important dates. So this is another dashboard from Sweet Deer. It has a beautiful wreath on it, and I really like that kind of style. And then all my dividers are from Rose Colored Days. I do have a referral link to Rose Colored Days, so I will leave that down below. And these kind of cardstock dashboards are all from Tool and Twine. I do have a bunch of these in here as well. So these are my monthlies. These are once again from my shop. I do have Plan With Me's on all of these. So if you guys are curious about how I plan in here, then I will leave the link to my Plan With Me playlist. So this is October, my birthday month, and then November, and then I just did December. So this was part of the Vlogmas content day 1. So if you guys missed it, definitely check it out. But I love this kit. It's so pretty. And then this is what the inserts look like blank. Again, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of my shop on these inserts, and you get a Sunday start here. Then I do also have these dashboards that I made myself using some Hello Petite paper, and I just added some KikK gold glitter washi tape on the top, and then I added these Simply Gilded journaling cards. I have quite a few of them in here, and so these are from her latest holiday collection. This one says Season's Greeting, and then I do have the Bavarian Alps Christmas Market. This is the passport. So I just popped that on the back of that Hello Petite paper dashboard. And then again, I have a dashboard from Tulle and Twine, and these go into my inserts. So these are my memory inserts. I do have a flip through of this planner, so if you guys are interested in seeing all my spreads, then I will leave a link to it down below. Of course, I do have Plan With Me's on all of these. So this is where I do all my memory keeping for the year, and I have done it every single week this year, which is an amazing feat for me. But I just have really enjoyed planning with stickers, using foil, overlays, and just really having a fun time with these. So I really enjoy doing the Plan With Me's. They're one of my favorite videos to film. So I have the whole entire year, like I said, and it's just a joy to be able to look back on the year and see how everything went down. So I will leave the link to my Plan With Me's here, and then this is what the insert looks like in my shop. This is the Vertical Weekly, my bestsellers in my shop. I do have this Rose Colors Days clear dashboard, and inside I have some KikK paper. So these are from KikK as well, and then I have another Simply Gilded journaling card, the passport one, and then the other passport I do have here on the back, the Central Park one, which I absolutely love. This is so pretty. Then I have another dashboard. This is from Hello Petite paper, and I added these elements to it. This is from Sweet Dear, from the packaging, and I just added a little Simply Gilded bow. So Simply Gilded, I do also have a referral link, so you can find that down below, but I just added another journaling card from Simply Gilded, and then I do have some layering action here from Sweet Dear. So I love this vellum. It says, I just want to bake cookies and watch Christmas movies, and I love this background. I think it looks so pretty all together. This is probably one of my favorite spots in this whole entire setup. Then I have more vellum from Sweet Dear Stationery. Again, use my code ANNA15, and I just layered that on top of some Tulle and Twine dashboards. So in here I just have my inventory for my kits. I do have a lot of kits, and so I want to make sure that I am using them, and these inserts are from my shop. These are my 2-column grids, and yeah, so I just have all the shops listed here, and then all the kits that I have from each shop, all the stickers that I use, and that kind of stuff. So that is all in that section. And then I have another Hello Petite paper dashboard with another Simply Gilded card. Same thing here on the back. And then Merry and Bright is one of my favorite holiday quotes, so I have that here. I kind of repeated a few times, so I have this acetate that also says Merry and Bright on it. And this dashboard is so lovely. This is also from Sweet Dear, so once again, you guys can use my code ANNA15 on that. Next up, I do have this dashboard, and then here I have been keeping track of the inserts that I have from other shops, and then also my makeup inventory. So I just have like concealers, powders, blushes, all that kind of stuff. So I have a bunch of makeup that I would like to use. I do really love makeup, and so I have a list of that. And then I also have my Pen Gems collection. I have a lot more to add to this, but I do have some line inserts here, and then again I was using the 2-column lists. And then at the end here I do have another vellum. This one says The Joy of Christmas is Family in Silver Hollow, and I have that on a dashboard from Sweet Dear. And then in this section here I usually have some work information, so that's why I took it out for this purpose, but I do outline my books in this section. I am a romance author, and so because that contains a lot of spoilers. I didn't put it in here for the sake of this video. I just took it out, but that usually goes in here. And then I do have another acetate that says "Baby, it's cold outside," and then this dashboard is acting as like a page lifter, so I have that here at the back. And then just in the back here I do have some stickers, once again from Simply Gilded, and then an extra journaling card. And then I always have one Pen Gems and also a Simply Gilded pen, because these are my favorites. I do have referral codes on both of these, so I will leave them down below. But this is mainly my memory keeper, and then I also have some work and kind of reference type stuff in here as well. So that is how I'm going to be using this planner. I am going to just be switching out the cover as well as the deco to match whatever season I'm in. So after this I will move into my Blossom, which is the Snow Angel color, so it's the all white, and that will be my winter setup. So I will do a video on my winter setup once Christmas is over, but this is the first planner that is going to be in my lineup. The next one that I have here is one that I have previously shown on my channel recently. This is actually an Oristel Blossom planner, so it's an A5 wide, but I'm actually using A5 inserts. So as you guys can see, it's a little bit smaller, much more thinner than the A5 wide, but I like it because the rings are exactly the same in the A5 and obviously the A5 wide, so you can use two sizes in the same planner cover, so I really like that. This planner cover is the Blossom in the Fairy Tale, so it's the lightest one that they do, and I'm not going to go through the whole entire planner because this planner is work. I do use this size for my work as an author, and so it contains quite a lot of really sensitive information. A lot of spoilers are in here and lots of plans for my new releases that are coming out. However, nothing has really changed in terms of the deco. Everything is exactly the same as it was. I still have my birthday set up in here, so I set this up back in October using a kit from Hello Petite Paper, and I'm still using that exact same thing. So this is not likely going to change. I rarely change up the deco in here, maybe only once or twice a year, just to make things a little bit more interesting, but everything, like all the tabs, have been the same for the past 5 years. I never really change up my work planner because it's something that doesn't often need to be changed, and it works for me, and that's kind of how I've been able to keep my planner piece. I just have some stickers here in the front as well as some note paper here in the back. I use these kind of skinny printables from Annie Plans to do my weekly reviews on here, but I have things like my budgeting, my social media calendar, obviously my weeklies are in here, my monthlies. I have a project section, so that lists out all the different books that I'm currently working on. But if you guys are interested, especially for other authors out there, then definitely check out that video, my birthday setup, where I go through everything in here. Now that everything is filled out, I can't really show you that, but in that video I showed you all the inserts that I use while they were blank still, so none of that information is in there. But this is definitely something that I cannot live without. If there's only one planner that I could keep, it has to be this one, because I obviously need to work. But yeah, don't feel like you need to use an A5 wide insert in the A5 wide planners only. You can definitely use these half letter size or A5 ring inserts in here as well. So just to let you know that this is the freebie dashboard that I was mentioning earlier. If you guys order from Sweet Dear, you can actually get this exact dashboard for free just by using my code ANNA15. But that is my work planner, and I love this planner. I don't imagine myself moving out of it. I just think that the color and design of it is just great. So it's perfect for the purpose of work. I do also have another planner that I use in conjunction with this planner, and that is my Hobonichi Cousin. So that is the next planner that I'm going to be talking about. So the Hobonichi Cousin is an A5 notebook. It's already dated for you, and that is why I'm using it as a pre-planner for my work. So in 2021, I used the full year, but in 2022, I am moving into the Avec version. So that just means that you're going to get the year split into two, and it is much more thinner. So you have January to June in one book. So this is my January to June book. And then I have another one that will be from July to December. And the reason why I just switched over is because I just find I didn't need to refer back to the daily pages as much as I needed to, or I thought I needed to. So I'm just kind of lightening my load, I guess you guys can say, with the Avec. So this is my first time using the Avec. I do use the Avec in the A6 size as a journal, and I will be doing a kind of journal lineup for 2022 as well. If you guys haven't checked that out, then I will also link that up here. But I just have my tabs here already marked off on my monthlies, and then I do have my weeklies in here and also my dailies. So I am going to be using this planner to pre-plan my work events. So anything that I'm participating in, any of my book deadlines or any other events will go into here right away. And then I will transfer this information to the weeklies and dailies. And then I also have the work planner, which also has a weekly in there. And that one includes a little bit more of the nitty-gritty details, so things like finance. My word count will go in there as well, so I keep track of all of that in that. Whereas this one is more so just like to-dos and the events. So I don't do any journaling in here. I don't do any type of note-taking in here either. So all that will go into the planner that I just showed you, the A5. So I do have a setup video on all of this already. So these are the printables that I carry in my shop for the Hobonichis. I have these available in the Cousin, as well as the A6 and also the Hobonichi Weeks. If you guys use a B6 Stylogy, I also have this available. But this is the 2-page calendar. I offer this in the 1-page version as well as a Monday and Sunday start. So for me, I'm using a Monday start here, and I just already marked down all my important dates. And then in here, I am going to keep it the same as how I used it last year. I'm going to keep track of my social media posts. In the past, I have kept track of my Facebook posts because I do have a Facebook author page. But this year, I think I'm going to keep track of my Instagram because I am going to switch my focus to there instead. And I will keep track of the events that I participate in this section here. So I have that already kind of laid out, and I will start to fill it in once the year starts. But then we start going into the monthlies. And as you guys can see, I have already started using this. I will mark down all my important events that I know that's happening in these little boxes with these stickers, and then anything that's unconfirmed will go on a sticky note first, and then once it is confirmed, I will put it in with a sticker. So that is how I'm going to be using this section. I'm not using a kit. I just use these date covers from ArieBea shop. You guys can use the code AnnaJolene10 in her shop to get a discount on those, and I just use a little bit of Simply Gilded washi there just to mark off the days that are not included in this month here. And then anything that I am pre-planning for, I will put it on a sticky note and kind of mark it on the days where I want it to happen. And then when it comes to time to schedule those in, then I will put them again with the stickers. So I have a lot of 2022 already planned out, as you guys can see. I have a ton of things already going on, and so that is why I needed this planner so early. I've actually been using it since September already because all these dates are coming in, and I needed a place to remember them. So that is what this monthly is for. So that is what it looks like. It goes up until June, and then you go into your weeklies. So in the weeklies here, I will be doing Plan With Me videos. I have done Plan With Me videos in the past, so I will link my playlist here. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I use this section, then definitely check it out. I am going to be tweaking how I'm going to be using this slightly, but for the most part, it is going to stay the same because that system worked really, really well for me. On the turning the page to a new year, I have my vision board here. These are just images that relate to my books and kind of inspire me. So I am going to be releasing the last 2 books in my Moonrise Beach series, and that is why you see a lot of kind of nature and beachy kind of elements. I do have some self-care reminders here as well, and a reminder to read. So that is just something that I keep for myself to keep me inspired. And then we go into our daily pages. So this is what my daily pages look like. On the front of every single monthly section, I have put down my this month kind of dashboard, or printable from my shop. Again, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But I have broken down the weeks here by using these stickers from ArieBea's shop. So I have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then I have been listing down all the important events per week, and that just allows me to better keep track of what's going on. I have done this in the past, but I kind of just listed it all down. But the problem with doing it that way was that if something kind of got confirmed late, then it wasn't in the right order, and so that kind of bugged me a little bit. And so I found a way around it, and it's just by separating the weeks out in the month. So now I have the extra space there to add anything in case something gets confirmed last minute. So I will be doing my to-do list here every single month. Then in this notes section here, I will be writing down the projects that I'm currently working on. So that for me would be the books that I'm working on that month. And then here on the daily pages, as you guys can see, I have already started to write in my important dates. So I just use a Tombow marker to make a little swatch, and I use my Kokoro lettering pen just to write in the events that's happening that day. I do have a little bit of deco with some character stickers and things like that, but for the most part I think it's going to remain pretty functional with just pen. But I just have my events there already written down, and then I just have a little bit of washi just to add a little bit of deco. So that is how I'm going to be doing that, and I already have put down all the this month dashboards for each section. So I have March here, I have April. Again, I already put down my important events that are happening that month. So that is what it looks like. And then at the very back here, I do have another one of my printables from my shop. This is the yearly calendar. So I have a version that has the 2 on the page like this, or you can get like a larger version that kind of goes this way. But it just essentially says January to December, and then I'm using this section for shop, my Etsy shop, Jolene Printables, and then this one is personal. So I just have some reoccurring monthly tasks that I want to remember, and so every single month I will just check it off after I finish doing it. So that has been working really well for me. Here I have my important dates on the 2 pages here. I have a version in my shop that's also with the year on 1 page, but I like having the extra space here. And in here I just put birthdays, anniversaries, any like renewals that I need to remember, things like that. And then in here I'm using the My 100 to keep track of the books read in 2022. So I am a professional book reviewer, and so I do read a lot. So I'm going to keep track of my books in this area. And then since I typically read more than 100 books, I have added the grid from my shop. So I have a grid and line version. You can choose if you want the pink colorway or the gray. I have both in my shop. And I just put a little sticker there that says currently reading. And I will continue my list here if it doesn't fit in this section. So that is how I'm going to be using that. So this is the larger version of the yearly. So again, you have January to December, and I'm going to use this to keep track of some of my PR stuff just so that I don't forget. I do have a PR planner, but in case I don't have that with me, I just want something at a glance here that I can keep track of. And then over here, I just have the gray grid in my shop just to add any extra notes that I may need. So that is how I kind of utilize the back pages here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to use it. So you guys can find all these printables in my shop, and don't forget to use the code SAVE10 to save 10%. I just find that these kind of note-taking trackers and monthly dashboards are really great for customizing your planner. So I just have a few stickers here at the back. I also have this pencil board from Simply Gilded and a few KKK note pages. But that is my setup for my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. Once again, I do have a more thorough kind of setup video on this, so if you guys are interested in seeing that video, I will leave it up here. But that is going to be my work pre-planner. The next planner that I have here is an Oristel B6 Cloud, and this one is going to act as my home planner. So I do run a household. I do the cooking, cleaning, and all that kind of stuff. And so I do need a planner to keep track of my chores, as well as meal planning and things like that. So that is what's going to go in here. So this is the Camelia. It's part of the fall and winter collection that she did. And I do have a whole setup on this guy as well, so I won't go through all the little pieces of the deco. If you guys want to know about it, then I will leave the link to the setup up here. But again, I always have the Sweet Dear dashboards in the front and back of my planner because I think that they're great at acting as a page lifter or protector of your inserts. So I always have that there. I have a Rose Colored Days dash, and inside I just have a journaling card from Hello Petite Paper. These adhesive pockets are from Rose Colored Days as well, so I will leave my links to those shops down below. Again, my dividers are from Rose Colored Days, and these cardstock dashboards are from Tool and Twine. So in this section, I just have a basic grid insert. This is from my shop, Jolene Printables, and you have a space here to put washi, your date, or your title of your list, and you have a full grid page here. All my inserts do have the pink scallop, so I think it matches really well with the clouds. So I just have a bunch of those in case I want to write down like a quick recipe or things like that. And then I also have my inbox. So I do have my categorized list inserts in my shop, and within this insert you do get 3 different versions. So you get the 5 columns, the 4 columns, as well as the 3 columns here. So I mostly printed out the 4 because that's what I use, but this is a great way to keep track of your inbox. You can also keep track of your YouTube and kind of like check it off as you complete the different steps. But I use that quite a lot, so I wanted to have that in there. This little clip is from Peeny's Papery. Then I have more dashboards in here. This is my monthly tracker. This is a new release in my shop. I just have the dates from 1 to 31. And here I like to keep track of my healthy habits. So I like to use these monthly trackers as like a daily tracker to remind me of like going to bed early, taking my vitamins. I also keep track of like my most common symptoms that I have, and I will mark it down if I have those symptoms. So it's not necessarily something that maybe you want to happen every single day, but it's just a good way to kind of track that information at a glance. So this is how I've been using the monthly tracker. I use it as like a health tracker. But of course you can use this tracker to keep track of your cleaning tasks. So this is a very versatile insert. So I have printed out a bunch of those, and then I also have the health log from my shop. I really love how functional and minimal these are, but you have a place there for the name, the date, and the details. I keep a health log for myself and my dog, so I just write down the date here every single day and then details of what happened that are all health related, and I do that every single day. And so I have a bunch of these printed out to get ready for the new year, and I'm really excited to move into this planner. My next section here has my 2-box grid. You have a space for your title here, and I have been keeping track of recipes in here. So I actually have 2 sections of my recipes. So in this section, I will keep track of my family recipes, so things that are kind of like more traditional. And then I also have these Annie Plan inserts in here, which have recipes that are like ones that I found online. So maybe more newer ones, or ones that maybe friends or family have given me. So I just have a bunch of those in here, and as you guys can see, I have already started filling it out, but I just have those recipes in here because I do a lot of the cooking in my house. I do have another journaling card here from Hello Petite Paper in a Rose Colored Days dashboard. And then my next section here is my meal planning. So I use the weekly inserts from my shop, and these are my horizontal weeklies with the 2 to-do lists. And in here I like it because I can map out my meals, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as snacks in this area. But then I also have space here for my grocery list, and I really like that because it's all in one place. And so it keeps everything very neat and tidy and very organized, and I really, really like that. I really like this insert. Obviously, you can use this as your main weekly if you want, but this year I'm going to try using it as a meal planner, so I really like that idea. And then in the last section here, I have all my finance. So I do also keep track of the finances in my house and obviously my own personal finances. So I have my online order tracker in my shop. So you have a space for the date, the shop or items, and then whether you received it. I also have my coupon trackers. So you have a space for shop and your codes. So if you guys PR and you have a lot of codes, then this is a great way to track it. Or if you shop a lot on Etsy shops or Shopify shops, this is a great way to keep track of the PR girl codes. Then I have a section for my monthly bills. Again, these are all inserts in my shop. You have a space for the month, the date, the amount, and then the description. So I am really excited to use these. Again, you guys can find these in my shop. If there is a size that you want these inserts in, but I don't have that in my shop, then just message me and I will help you out. I do also have my check register in. Another thing that's very important to me, so I have a section for the date, the description, the amount plus and minus, as well as the balance. I do also have a payment tracker, so you have a goal, the date, amount paid, and then the balance. So that is another handy one to have. And then lastly, I do have the expense tracker. So this is great if you have a business like I do. I have multiple businesses, so I like to keep track of that kind of stuff. So I have the space for the month, the date, the amount, and the description. So that is my finance section in here. And then I have another dashboard from Sweet Dear. And then in the back here, I have the tending list from SM Plans. Right now I'm using this as a cleaning tracker. I don't know if it's gonna work. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm hoping this will work. Let me know how you guys are keeping track of your cleaning tasks, because if this insert doesn't work out for me, then I'll probably create my own and make it available in my shop. But I just wanted to try this one out first since I had it already. But that is pretty much the end of this kind of home planner. I do have another dashboard here at the back, and then I do have my pen gems and my Simply Gilded pen here. But this contains all my home stuff, my cleaning, finance, and health in here. So that is how I'm going to be using the B6 size. The last ring planner that I have here is my A6 ring. So I have used A6 in the past, but this is the first time that I'm using the A6 size as one of my main planners in my planner system. So this is what I'm going to be using as a kind of note-taking, but also a PR tracker. So I do PR for a bunch of different shops, and so I need a place to keep track of the stuff that I do for them. So that's what I'm going to be using this for. Again, I do have a setup video that I just shared, so I will leave the link to that up here for you guys. But again, I have a bunch of Sweet Dear stationery dashboards, more rose-colored days, and in here I have my inserts. So I love this dashboard here from Tool & Twine. I think it's so pretty. But I have my year at a glance. This is what it looks like in the A6 size. I think it's so cute. I have the Monday and Sunday start available, so you can choose whatever preference you like. Then I also have my monthlies on 2 pages here, and this is where I keep track of my postings for the PR shops. So I have the Monday start here, but I do also have a Sunday version in my shop. And then in the next section here, I have my grid. So I just use these as my daily, and then I also have some Annie Plans inserts in here that kind of correspond with the section covers. These are the Winter Luxe ones, so it kind of goes with my winter theme of my dashboards from Tool & Twine. So I just have some Simply Gilded note paper in there, as well as some stickers from Fluffy Angel stationery. And then I have a list insert. This list insert is also for my shop, and I will write down my orders. So everything that I order from the shops, I list down here so that I can make sure that I receive everything and also share everything that I receive. And then I have an Aria's Daydream Winter Luxe dashboard. It matches the collab with Annie Plans. And then I do have my categorized list. So this is like the smaller A6 version of the insert that I had in my B6. So this, I do have the 4 column in here. And then I also have the 3. So I'm going to be using that as an inbox. And then I have some vellum and another dashboard from Sweet Dear. And then this acetate is also from Sweet Dear, super cute. And then in the back here, I will keep track of my terms in here and all the kind of information or requirements that each shop requires from me and I am using my 2-box grid from my shop for that. It's like the perfect size. And then at the very back I have another dashboard from Sweet Dear, and then on the strings here I do have this KikK A6 notebook, and I really love it because it does have the lines in there, and I just use this to jot down any ideas that I have for my planner setups or my Instagram posts for PR. And then again, of course, I have my pen gems and my Simply Gilded pen in there. And that is how I am going to be using this, mostly as a PR tracker, and kind of like ideas and brainstorming will go in here as well. So I'm excited to use the A6 size as one of my main planner sizes. Usually in the past I have used it as a supplementary type of planner, but I'm really excited to move into the size. I just felt like pocket size was too small for me now. I have a lot more going on, and so A6 rings it is. Next planner is a Hobonichi Day Free. So this is my first time using the Day Free in the A5 size. I do have the Animal Crossing cover on here, and I have been using this as my YouTube planner. So I have moved my YouTube planner out of my rings, and I have allocated a whole new kind of notebook just for it. But in here I keep track of all the videos that I'm going to be filming, as well as my YouTube schedule. I do have a whole video setting up this entire planner already, so if you guys are interested, then I will leave a link to it down below. But this is kind of how I've been using it. I will just use these stickers from ArieBea's shop and then mark them down, and I just write down what video goes up that day, and I do pre-plan on post-it notes. So I have that all there, and then in the grid of pages here I just take my notes. So as you guys can see, it's very minimal, nothing too fancy. I'm not using any stickers or anything in here. It's just basic note-taking and ideas, brainstorming, things like that. And I do have the kit that I'm going to be using in my next plan with me. So this is probably the most simple setup that you'll ever find in the Day Free, but it's been working really well for me. I do also have the matching pencil board, which I think is adorable. Love this pattern. And so I'm hoping that this system works for me, because this is one of the more newer additions to my planner setup this year. But so far I've been using it for November and December, and it's actually already working pretty well. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to remain in my planner system. I just think that it's really nice, light and handy. It's a good size as well. And so I'm definitely a big fan of the Hobonichis, as you guys can see. But like I said, I have a more detailed video on this set up, so I will leave the link to it. But that is another planner that I'm going to be using this year. And then the very last planner that I'm going to show you is my Hobonichi Weeks. This planner is a special planner because it's the only planner that contains my to-dos and events, and also journaling. So I do have a whole journaling system that I have shared already on this channel, so I will leave a link to that up here. But as you guys saw in my other planners, I don't do any journaling in any of those. However, this is the only planner that I do a little bit of micro journaling every single day, and this has come in handy when I fall behind in my A6 journal, which is my daily journal. So like, for example, when my mom passed away, there was a good month or two when I wasn't able to print out my pictures because of what was going on, but I was able to keep up with that in here. And that kind of saved my butt, because I can use this as a reference to fill in the pages that I would otherwise have left blank because I was too busy to print out my pictures. So this has become so crucial to me. This is going to be kind of like my everyday carry, the one that I carry in my purse. So I'm going to quickly show you my setup. This cover here is from Oristel once again. This is the Cicely Weeks Hobonichi cover in the Ankorage, Alaska. I have a couple of these and I really enjoy them because they have the strings here, and then it does obviously fit your Hobonichi. So in here I just have various stickers, and then I have like the, what do you call it, like the rewards cards from various shops. So I do have a wallet that I keep my cards in, so I don't need it in here. So I just kept these in here because I know for sure that I would misplace them somehow. And in here I just have a few sticky notes from Simply Gilded, as well as the translucent dot stickers. I use these in my monthlies, so I'll show you how I use that in a second. I really like that. And I have this little adorable floral clip on here from fluffy angel. So I do have kind of like a plant theme or like a nature floral theme in this planner. I do have this insert here from Simply Gilded, and this is just a basic dot grid, and this is my reference book. So I keep emergency contacts in here. I keep track of like my dad's medication. I also have like a grocery guide in here. So basically any information that doesn't change year to year, because this Hobonichi does change. I do obviously get a new one every single year, but there is some information that I need with me on the go, like emergency contacts, family contacts that don't often change, and I didn't want to keep writing that information over and over again each year. So just by having this notebook here on the strings, it doesn't take up very much space. I can have that information with me and not have to repeatedly write it over and over again each year. So that's how I've been using that notebook, and I do have extra space here to put more inserts, but I've actually put my Hobonichi weeks on the strings this time. I do have a video on this setup already, so if you guys are curious to how I did this, then I will leave the link to it here. But in the past I have put it in here, like the back cover, but you can't use the cover on cover with it if you want to put it in the back. So since I wanted to use the cover on cover, I just put it on the strings, and it works really great for that. But this is how I have been using my planner. Just have some sticky notes here. This little adorable today clip is from Ohana Story. And I do have the printables from my shop once again. This is the 2-page yearly. So I have the Monday start here, and I just use the translucent dot stickers to write down my important events. In this week's version, you do have the lines here, so you can actually write the important dates directly on the page there. So that is the big difference from the other sizes. Then I'm going to be using this to keep track of my work events, so I will mark them down here in the yearlies. And then in the monthlies, I am just going to be using this as your basic forward planner. In the past, I have used this as a finance tracker, but I found that I needed a calendar. So as you guys saw, I moved all my finance stuff into my B6 rings. I feel like that's a better place for it. And then this will just be my forward planner. So I just have all the dates that I have coming up already listed down here. And I just use a little bit of washi to decorate. And these are where I'm using the translucent dot stickers that I just showed you from here. So these tabs are from ArieBea's shop. I do have a code that is AnnaJolene10. And then this is how I'm using the weeklies. So here in the first column, I write down the events that are happening that day. In this section here, I write my to-dos for that day. And then I have actually extended the line across like this. And then in this section, I keep track of like a highlight of the day. And then this is where I do my micro journaling. So this is what I mean when it kind of saved my butt for my other journal. I just write a little bit of the day, what went on. I also write down things like how my writing day went so that I can kind of refer back to it. But I have been using this planner the same way for the past 3 years in my Hobonichi weeks, and I find that it works perfectly for me, so I'm not changing too much from it. I don't want to ruin my planner piece by tweaking too much, but I really love this planner. I think it's just perfect for me and how I like to use it. And then in the back here, I do have the printables from my shop. Last year, you guys really loved the reading journal printable that I had in here. And so I made a new version and made it available in my shop. So there are 3 different versions of this design. This one is the pastel one. I do have the pink and gray version, and there's also a green version which is called Sage, and that one has been really popular lately. You guys have been buying that a lot. But this is where I'm going to be keeping track of my reading. Like I mentioned, I am a professional book reviewer, and so I'm going to be using this back section as my reading journal. So I just put a little bit of washi here, but essentially I will just write down the title of the book, the author, the genre that it is in, as well as the series title and the book rating out of 5. And then I will just jot down my thoughts on the book. And I have used that all year last year, and it worked really well for me. And so I'm definitely going to keep up with that and continue that into the new year. And then in the very back here, I do have more printables from my shop. I have the pink grid. I do have this available in the gray version as well if you are more of a minimal planner. And then on the My 100, I'm going to keep track of the books review. So in the Cousin, you guys saw that I am going to keep track of my books read. That is a different list than my books reviewed. So I don't review every single book that I read. Some of them I just read for fun. So this is going to only be for the books that I read for the website that I write for. And so it's perfect because I can just write the title here, and then there's also a little space for the check marks. I can just check it off once I finish the review. So that's how I'm going to be using that. And then here I just have the gray version of my grid in case I want to make some notes. I like to kind of keep track of my reading stats here every month, so that's where that is going to go. And then to go into greater detail for my reading, I have several of my yearly trackers, so it goes from January to December. And in here I'm going to keep track of the number of books that I read in every genre. So I will write down all the genre of books that I read, and each month I will keep track of the number of books that I read in that particular genre. So for example, contemporary, maybe I will read 4 books, so I'll just write that down here. So I gave myself plenty of space to do that kind of tracking because I do read a lot of different genres. And then I do have another one here at the back that I'm going to keep track of the star ratings. So how many 5-star books I read in January, for example. And then also I want to keep track of if it's a debut author, a new to me author, a favorite author, because since I am a book reviewer, I think it's important for me to feature authors that are up and coming, maybe not as popular, and not only feature the popular books, because I think it's important to shed light on new authors, especially if you're someone that is quite influential in that kind of way. So I like to feature as many authors as I can, whether they're new or have been writing for a very long time. In the back here, I did go ahead and decorate with some washi. So a lot of the character washi is from Paper K. I do have a referral link to Paper K, and then also Simply Gilded. So I do also have a referral link to Simply Gilded as well. So I love how it turned out. I think it's so, so pretty. And then in the back here, I just have this little jelly pocket, and this is from Happy Scrappy, and I just keep some stickers in here. So that is how I'm going to be using that. But that is my on the go, my everyday carry. I can't live without this one either. It's definitely one of my favorites. But that is my entire lineup for 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed it and kind of understand why I need all these different planners. As you guys can see, I have really broken down the various aspects of my life and have allocated a planner system or a planner for it. So hopefully all these inserts and these different planners will work for me. So if you guys have any questions on my planner system, do let me know down below. Once again, if you guys are interested in purchasing any of the inserts that you saw here, then you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. I hope you guys enjoyed Vlogmas this year. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.